So having 14 children was hard work, but I never seemed to be too overwhelmed. And of course, there were days when you always are, but as a whole, I didn't ever think I was overwhelmed, especially after had help. Had a little rough when I had to go to work and still keep a household going, but they got me through it. Well, I was very inexperienced when I had my first child. I never did much babysitting. I was living in a city and we didn't know any people with kids, and I didn't do any babysitting in high school. I had no knowledge and I didn't have any help. The only one around to help me was my mother-in-law, who lived downstairs, and she worked, and her daughter, and they both worked. So I was just a neophyte. I didn't know anything about babies. So they gave us a couple of courses in the hospital. Of course, she stayed a whole week when we had babies in 1951. I guess we didn't really decide about whether we were going to have a big family or not. It was just something that we did in the Catholic tradition at that time in the 50s. And so as they came, I became more experienced, and because I think an organizational type person, I was able to put things together. It just seemed that it was just okay, easy. I didn't seem to be overwhelmed with. We also had live-in help. We had unwed mothers that came and lived with us. Some were good and some were bad, but always a help. Becoming a nonagenarian is what I will become. Is something I never dreamed could happen, because as I was growing up, 90 was the end of the world. I mean, and when I turned 80, I never dreamed I'd turn 90. I feel good about turning 90 because I'm in good health and I still can move around and I can still be independent and do the things I like to do and be with people I like to be with, and I'm not stymied by bad health or not being able to move. And so I'm very lucky, and I've been given the privilege of living in a wonderful one-level condo, so everything is just like laid out for me so perfectly. I'm very lucky and I appreciate it every day, but it's hard to be 90 and look around and see that you're one of the very few that can still move around well and be that independent at that age. And know that it's going to happen to you someday soon is kind of a in the shadows there. But each day that I'm able to do what I'm doing now, I'm thrilled to death. Well, you know, they always say you have to keep your mind active, you have to do this and do that. And you're lucky if your mind can be kept active, you know. I don't make it a planned affair that I'm going to keep my mind active. I love to read. I love to play bridge. I love to quilt. I like learning certain extent of the electronic things, the computer. I'm not going to go for the phone stuff. But I'm DVRing my favorite PBS shows, which I'm a little, I can still get them right on time. Alexa, play music of the 70s.
Here we go.
Now in setup mode. Follow the instructions in your Alexa app.
Do you have the app?
What does she say? I think being able to keep doing those things that require your mind is just, and I don't think doing those things anything to do with your health. The health just is there or it isn't there, you know, unless you just sit around and you become a lump. But, you know, I'm not out doing exercising. I can't do that. I just am doing as much as I can do physically. I can still cook. Can't clean. I got a cleaning lady, but I can still play cards. I can still read as much as I want to. I can still quilt as much as I want to, and I can do things with my family. Actually, watching all my grandchildren's sporting activities keeps me very up to date on things and keeping them in the loop with me. And so all the little things that everybody makes it possible for me. Each family makes it possible for me with their own way of doing things, with keeping me involved with their family. And that's so important, because I sure kept going by all of that activity that's planned around me and done for me, and helps me go. Grandma can drive till 2025.
I heard you.
All you do is walk in, my license had to be updated, and I go in and they just look in the same like everybody else does.